What if everything you thought you knew about the ancient Maya was just the tip of the pyramid? What if the story you've heard about their mysterious collapse is incomplete? Or even misleading? In this video, we're diving deep into one of history's most fascinating and misunderstood civilizations, the ancient Maya. Prepare to have your assumptions challenged, because we're going to reveal 7 facts that truly unveil the wonder of the ancient Maya. When most people think of the Maya, they picture ancient ruins, maybe the famous 2012 calendar prophecy, or the mystery of why their cities were abandoned. They imagine a civilization that simply vanished. But the reality is far more complex, and in many ways, far more astonishing. The Maya were brilliant innovators, mastering mathematics, charting the cosmos, building vast cities that thrived for centuries. Their culture didn't just disappear, it adapted and endured. And today, thanks to incredible new discoveries, we're still uncovering their secrets. This is history that's still alive, still being written. We've researched extensively, delving into the latest archaeological findings and historical accounts to bring you the most surprising and insightful truths about this incredible culture. So, if you're ready to look beyond the myths and see the ancient Maya for who they really were, a sophisticated, complex, and resilient civilization, stick around. We're about to explore 7 facts that will redefine your understanding. Speaking of ancient ruins and uncovering secrets, you might think that after centuries of exploration, we found everything there is to find about the Maya. But that couldn't be further from the truth. For a long time, finding Maya cities was incredibly difficult. They built deep within dense rainforests. Early explorers like John Lloyd Stevens in the 1840s had to hack their way through thick jungle just to reach sites like Uxmal and Palenque. It was slow, painstaking work. But in the last few decades, technology has revolutionized archaeology. Satellites, ground-penetrating radar, and especially LiDAR, that's light detection and ranging, a laser technology that can see through the forest canopy, have changed the game entirely. Using LiDAR, archaeologists are making discoveries that are blowing our minds and completely reshaping our maps of the ancient world. Just in 2018, a massive LiDAR survey in northern Guatemala revealed something astonishing. 60 previously unknown Maya ruins hidden beneath the jungle. These weren't just small sites. They included houses, palaces, pyramids, vast causeways connecting cities, and complex agricultural systems. Stephen Houston, a professor of archaeology at Brown University at the time, called it one of the greatest advances in over 150 years of Maya archaeology. And the discoveries haven't stopped. As recently as February 2023, a similar study revealed a vast superhighway network of interconnected cities dating back even further, to around 1000 to 350 BCE. What this shows us is that the ancient Maya civilization was far larger, far more interconnected, and far more complex than we ever imagined. It also proves that their story isn't confined to dusty history books. It's a living history, with new chapters being uncovered even today. This ongoing discovery only deepens the mystery surrounding one of the biggest questions about the Maya, the mystery of why so many of their magnificent cities were seemingly abandoned around 900 CE. During their classic period, roughly from 250 to 900 CE, the Maya civilization was thriving. They weren't a single empire, but rather a network of powerful city-states, much like ancient Greece. Sites like Tikal, Palenque, and Copan were home to tens of thousands of people, with populations reaching up to 120, 0 in the largest centers. It was a golden age of art, architecture, and intellectual achievement. But around the year 750 CE, things began to change. Construction slowed in some areas, and by the early 10th century, many of the major cities in the southern lowlands, modern-day southern Mexico, northern Guatemala, and Belize, were largely deserted. Buildings were left unfinished, populations dwindled, and the jungle began to reclaim these once great centers. So, what led to this collapse? It's not a simple answer, and archaeologists believe it was likely a combination of interconnected factors. Geological records, like those from stalagmites in Belize, point to prolonged periods of severe drought that would have devastated agriculture in the region. Alongside climate change, other stressors included environmental degradation from overuse of resources, overpopulation putting too much strain on the land, shifting trade routes that weakened city economies, and constant warfare between rival city-states. Crucially, this wasn't a total disappearance of the Maya people or civilization. While the southern lowlands declined, Maya cities in the northern lowlands like Mayapan, which gives the Maya people their modern name, and the highlands of Guatemala actually rose to prominence after 900 CE and continued to flourish until the arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century. The city of Utatlan, for example, remained a regional power well into the 1500s. The abandonment of the classic cities was not a mysterious overnight vanishing act, but a complex regional decline caused by environmental and social pressures, followed by a shift in power to other Maya centers. It's a testament to the interconnectedness of societies with their environment and the resilience of the Maya people who adapted and rebuilt elsewhere. This complex history was recorded, in part, through their sophisticated writing system, a writing system that, for centuries, remained a mystery to the outside world. The Maya were one of the few ancient civilizations in the Americas to develop a full writing system. It likely originated from the Olmecs around 300 BCE. They used intricate hieroglyphs and pictographs to record history, astronomy, rituals, and government affairs on stone monuments, stelae, pottery, and, incredibly, in books called codices. These codices were made from the bark of fig trees, folded like accordions. Imagine the knowledge contained in these books. A direct window into the Maya mind, their beliefs, their history, their science. But tragically, during the Spanish conquest in the 16th century, a zealous Franciscan friar named Diego de Landa saw these codices as pagan works and ordered the destruction of vast numbers of them in a huge bonfire. It was an immeasurable loss of cultural knowledge. Miraculously, just 3 Maya codices are known to have survived this destruction, and possibly a 4th, though it's still debated. These precious survivors are named after the cities where they are kept today: the Paris, Dresden, and Madrid codices. For centuries, the beautiful glyphs in these surviving books and on monuments remained undeciphered. However, in a remarkable feat of modern scholarship, relying partly on Landa's own descriptions of the Maya language he had tried to suppress, along with the surviving codices and other inscriptions, scholars finally managed to crack the code in the 1950s. This decipherment revolutionized our understanding of Maya history and culture, allowing their own voices to speak to us across the centuries. Today, there are efforts among modern Maya communities to teach and preserve this rediscovered script for future generations. Another astonishing achievement of the Maya was their mathematical system, which included the concept of zero, a revolutionary idea in ancient times. While zero was independently developed in some other cultures, the Maya had one of the earliest recorded uses of zero as a placeholder and a number in its own right, dating back to as early as 36 BCE. This allowed them to build a sophisticated vigesimal, base 20 numbering system, which was crucial for their astronomical calculations and calendar making. Speaking of calendars, the Maya created some of the most accurate and complex calendrical systems in human history. They had the Tzolkin, a 260-day ritual calendar, the Hab solar calendar of 365 days, and the long count calendar used to track longer periods of time. This precision allowed them to predict solar eclipses, planetary movements, and agricultural cycles with remarkable accuracy. Many people remember the 2012 phenomenon as the end of the world, but in reality, the completion of a cycle in the long count calendar was just the start of a new cycle. The Maya understood time as cyclical, not linear. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the ancient Maya civilization is not dead or extinct. There are still millions of Maya people living today across Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador, proudly keeping alive their languages, traditions, and cultural identity. Modern Maya communities continue to celebrate their rich heritage through traditional ceremonies, weaving, music, and dance, while also engaging with contemporary society. The legacy of the Maya is alive, thriving, and evolving. So, as you think about the Maya, remember this. They were not just a civilization of the past, but a living culture with a story that stretches from ancient pyramids to the present day. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the incredible world of the ancient Maya. If you found these facts surprising or inspiring, please like this video, subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries, and share your thoughts in the comments below. History is not just about what happened before, it's about what we learn and how we grow today.